Okay.
Recently been getting a few email questions regarding wrist pain in the clean, and most of these questions have been coming from the high school strength and conditioning coaches wanting to know what they can do to eliminate wrist pain in their athletes. So we have all heard it before, the athletes complain about when they catch, they have pain in their wrist. And the pain in the wrist is not caused by anything that occurs in the wrist whatsoever. It's just a result of improper technique and lack of mobility. And to better explain the point, I have Eric Oetter here with me today, and he's going to kind of walk you through what causes that wrist pain.
Yeah, and just to address what Dan's discussing, a lot of the Band-Aid fix is to just kind of tape the wrist and just create some false stability there. A lot of times it's not a stability problem to begin with. So I'll borrow Dan's arm here. Wrist limitations into extension, which is what's required to catch for the O-lifts, generally arises from the common flexor tendon. This comes off the medial epicondyle of the humerus, and it's a bunch of muscles that all attach to fingers and interdigitate with the metacarpals. Limitations into extension excurs this tendon. So really, the tissue limitation could be here rather than anywhere in the wrist. Athletes who aren't coached properly to begin with and are catching low are putting insane amounts of stress on the wrist this way when the tissue limitation is here. To take it a bit further up the kinetic chain, if I take Dan into external rotation and he's limited, this is placing valgus stress on that same spot in the elbow. So ideally, to gain the mobility here, it really starts with a fix at the shoulder. Gaining external rotation here, then cleaning up tissue on the common flexor tendon must precede any sort of local work that you do on the wrist. And it's really improper when a coach will attack the wrist as the limitation without considering the whole extremity.
And, real quick, to build on that just a little bit, when you teach the receiving position of the clean, think about your athlete getting their elbows fully around the bar and elbows up. I think that's probably the most basic thing you can do to eliminate the wrist pain.
Absolutely.
In the short term.
Yeah. The shoulder flexion, which is this motion here, will steal some of the mobility requirements for wrist extension. So again, you're going to save beating up this common flexor tendon, and you'll save your UCL in the long term.
Thanks for being here with us today, Broder.